in our Java language, everything is like a template. So, why this template is used? To use or to make the memory efficient. That means, if we load a particular application or one software is running, so that particular software will run with minimum resource, and whatever things are required later, they will be uploaded or they will be called in the memory as per their requirement. Say for example, this is our secondary storage and some application is already there, some program is there which is nothing but some application, this application is there. Now, this is our primary storage, this is our primary storage or main memory you can say. So, in main memory whenever we are trying to run a code, say for example, I want to execute this code here. So, what we need to perform, or we will load this program, we will load this program here. So, there may be so many options, say for example, this is an ATM software. Now, in this ATM software there are so many options. What are those? They are pin change, there that can be transfer amount, that can be withdraw some amount. So, there are different options are available there. In every option there are so many things, there are so many applications, or there are, we can say, in a software there may be so many modules, different modules are there. Now, what is our goal? Our goal is to load this software with minimum module. Say for example, only I want to load only this one only. So, other things will not be loaded inside memory, because if at a single point of time if you load all those things and one user who is using the ATM, so he may not use all the applications. So, for that purpose, say for example, whenever you are using your mobile phone, you are playing some game, okay. So, there may not be all the levels must not be loaded at a same point of time. So, what level you are playing only that level. So, in the secondary storage there may be many modules for a particular game. So, for every game there will be some weapons, there will be some graphics, there will be some path. So, this is our secondary storage or your hard disk or wherever the game is loaded, okay, in your computer or in your laptop or whatever in place. Now, whenever we are trying to execute or play something, we will always load only that particular thing. Okay. So, that particular thing will be loaded here, and as per the requirement. Now, I need to go for the pin change. So, I will press the button. So, this is pin change will be loaded here. When this is done, this must be destroyed. So, that the memory which is occupied by that particular module, that means whatever variables are written there, they must be destroyed from the main memory or primary memory. Okay, this is our goal. Now, as we know, there is a keyword that we have discussed, that is called static, and we know that static, if a member is declared as static, that member can be automatically called or that is loaded without creating the object. That means, if this member is declared as static, then at the load time, that means the program we are going to run. So, before run, the whole program must be loaded in the secondary storage to primary storage. So, that will be loaded here. So, only the static members are present here. Okay. So, what are the members which are static? The members which are required. We are the developer, we know what is the requirement. So, we load only the minimum things. Say for example, I am working, I am in you are organizing some function. So, initially or in some you can say in a tuition center, okay. So, the teacher is teaching his students. So, initial day the teacher may not order for 1000 chairs, because initial day he may go with 5 chairs, because there may be 5 students may come, and as per the requirement he will order for more chairs. So, at the first day the teacher will start teaching with minimum resources, one board, one chalk, one chair, one table, 5 benches, and as per the requirement, as the student will increase, the teacher will ask for order for more benches or more chairs or whatever requirements are there. So, the same thing in case of Java, everything is template, as per the requirement we load that thing in our primary storage. So, everything is designed before, and whatever required at the runtime, that will be loaded in the primary storage. Now, here we have an example. We have example like this is the template. So, for this template you know this is a template, this is a class A, okay, this is a class A, and this is a variable int x, this is a variable y, and this is a method disp. So, this member is a static member, this is the static member, this is non-static, this member and this member are non-static. So, these members are non-static, these two members are non-static member. Now, static member is loaded in the memory at a load time, but what about the other variables? They are not loaded. Until or unless anything is loaded in the primary storage, we can't able to access it, we can't able to use it. So, if we want to use this must be loaded in our primary storage. If we want to use this, we must load this thing in our primary storage. So, what thing will perform this job? In our C language, you know that everything is written directly. There is no concept of object oriented concept in our C language. Everything is written inside main or inside the function. That means at the load time. Even we are writing any new function, then we use a prototype, declare the prototype to allocate the memories for that particular function. But here in our Java, we have a feature, that feature is called constructor. What is it? How it looks like? So, say for example, I will come to the properties later. Let us say for example, this is our class A, and I want to allocate the memory for it. So, here in one variable is x, so another variable is static int y, and there is a method void display, whatever the operations are performed inside this. Now, in the runtime when the program is running, there is another class, say for example class B, where the method is public static void main. For time utilizing the time, I am just writing this particular, for P for public, S for static, M for void, M for main, and whatever string arg whatever is there. Now look, when I am calling, what I am calling, I am writing Java A, sorry, this method class name is B. So, I will call Java B. Okay. So, when I am calling this Java B, then what will happen? This is our, assuming if this is our primary storage, if this is our primary storage, then what will happen? This main method will be there, this main method will be here, and this static member y will be here. But what about these others? So, we know how we can able to allocate them. You know that we write a m equal new a. You have seen this particular syntax. So, you know that by help of this one, this thing will be what? This x will be allocated inside memory, this x will be allocated inside primary storage, and we can use that. So, how this now come to this? What about this? What is this? I told you before, I will discuss it later. So, this is what? This is called a constructor calling. So, the method which allocates. So, who is responsible for allocating these members who are non-static? Who is responsible? The person who is responsible here, not the person, but here I am just trying for sake of better understanding, I am saying this. So, the person who is responsible for allocating the memory at the runtime, that is called constructor. In our C language, we have seen there is a function whose name is malloc, calloc. These functions are written to allocate the memory space dynamically. In our Java, we have the method that is called constructor, whose task is to allocate the memory space dynamically. Now this will be called, now we will say where it is written, it is nothing, nowhere. Yes, it is here, If this is called A, this, only this, in this place this is sorry, in this place this is written. In this place this is written, in this place this is written. Okay. A, this one, in this place this is written. Okay. Okay. So, in this place this is written I N T. So, in this place this is written, this is called constructor. Okay. So, the task of constructor is what? To allocate the memories, dynamically or in the runtime. So, by help of this, what will happen? These variables, the variable that is x, this variable will be allocated inside memory with their default initial value. Whenever we are not writing any constructor, the application will itself creates its own constructor, and that constructor is called default constructor. This constructor is called default. So, this is a constructor is what? So, let me come to these points about the constructor or the characteristics of constructor. Constructor has the same name as the class name. Look here, we have the class name A, the constructor name is also A. It is what? It is one type of method, it is a special method having these properties. It has the same name as the class name, it does not have any return type, it can't return any value, it is a method, but it is a special method. This method can't return any value, even void is also not there. Now, it can take arguments, it can take any arguments, it can take. So, through this constructor, if I want to pass some value, say for example, I want to pass some value, say for example, I want to pass 2. So, here if we write int p, so that is possible. Through constructor, I can pass the value p, and then I can assign this p in somewhere, I can assign inside x equal to p, I can assign this. So, through constructor we can pass the value through constructor, and through constructor we can initialize the instance variable. This constructor invokes automatically when object is created. Look here, we are creating the object here. Here we are creating the object of this particular class, of this particular whole class, and automatically this particular constructor is created, and it invokes and it initializes the instance variable. Instance variable means the variable which are or which will instantiate at the runtime, or which are called the object of a class. Then comes initialize instance variable. Yes, it initializes the instance variable. Okay. So, all access specifier, constructor is a method, it can have all access specifiers, but no non-access specifiers. It does not have any non-access specifier. Always remember, it can have all access specifiers like public, protected, private, default, but no non-access specifiers. Can throw exceptions. Yes, I will discuss in our exception handling class. Just remember for this time that it can't able to throw any exception. Sorry, it can throw exception. So, what is constructor? Constructor, it is a method, the whole purpose is to initialize the instance variable, that means the non-static member of a class. Class is a template. Whenever we are trying to allocate some memory dynamically or the runtime in the time of creation of object, the method which helps us, that is called constructor. Let us have an example here to illustrate this thing in better way. Class A, say for example, I have a variable int x and I want to perform some task, and I am writing my own constructor here. If we do not write, then the system will create automatically, and that is called default constructor, and default constructor is always no argumented, there will be no argument. So, here I am writing a variable name in p, and p I am assigning this p value inside x, and from another module like this is class B, and in this class there is public static void main and whatever is written, and in this I am trying to send some value through this constructor. So, this can be written a m equal new a of say for example 3. So, by this I can directly using constructor I can pass the value, using constructor I am passing the value. This is the method calling. Okay. So, p will be 3. So, 3 is assigning inside x. So, this x will be 3. Okay. And you can say, so by without initializing, without using constructor, we can also send the value, m dot if I write x equal to NT. Now tell me, for the need of this constructor, why it is needed? Yes, it is needed. Why it is needed? Because we need to, there would be something, the system is more organized in case of Java, as the constructor is a method which helps or which is designed to initialize the instance variable or the creating the object or creation of object inside memory or of that particular class, and at the same time initialize the values or instance variables to the with the default initial value. Thank you. If you have any queries, please write in the comment section.